Dana Osgood is tracking our forecast.
Yes.
A little kind of burst of snow this afternoon. I was just checking the Maine Turnpike had dropped the speeds down on the interstate this afternoon to 45. Just at 5 o'clock, they put them back to their normal speed. So hopefully that means the biggest burst is behind us now.
Yeah, it's kind of been moving kind of from west to east across the state this afternoon. A bit closer to the coast, we were able to see some of those flakes in Portland. In some spots, yeah, the visibility has dropped, especially in kind of some of those areas of heavier snow within this little segment here. Most of that snow is kind of exiting throughout areas of down east Maine at this hour. So kind of right around the evening commute, just be aware that this area where we have the snow right here might have some lower visibility. So if you're going to be driving, just be aware of that. Also, a couple of snow showers hanging out through areas of the mountains here. Those look a little bit lighter there to me. We kind of have a lot to talk about in terms of this forecast. We're in a very active pattern. And the snow associated with this cold front is going to kind of exit within the next few hours. And then tomorrow is going to feel very different from today. We're going to have a lot of Arctic air coming down from the north. It's going to be significantly colder and also very windy. Saturday, not as windy, still pretty cold, but then we have another system that's going to come through on Sunday here. It's going to be another clipper system, so it'll be pretty quick, but it'll drop about an inch or two of snow throughout most areas of the state, even down to the coastline. But as we get into the beginning of next week, things will be changing once again because we'll get a little bit warmer. And then we have another system that's going to be coming in for Monday and Tuesday, and then even after that, another system to talk about. So kind of a lot to cover here. So we'll start with tomorrow of the fact that it's going to be very windy, especially in the late morning to early afternoon. Most of us seeing wind gusts in the 30s, could see some wind gusts in the 40s, especially through areas of northern Maine. And with temperatures in the 20s throughout much of the day, it's going to feel extremely cold. I think in terms of the feel, it's going to feel the coldest it's been throughout this month. So this is a look at 7 a.m. Seeing feels like temperatures in the negatives in some parts of northern Maine, down into the single digits, even down to the coastline. And even as we get into the afternoon on Friday, it's still going to feel really cold. Those areas away from the coastline still with feels like temperatures about 10, even down into the single digits. So it'll feel a little bit nicer on Saturday because it'll be cold but not quite as windy, but you're definitely going to want to bundle up for tomorrow. I know that I definitely were going to break out the hat and scarf. So overnight tonight, we're going to see the rest of those snow showers begin to exit. A couple might hang out through areas back into the mountains and areas of northern New Hampshire, but most of us should clear out. I don't expect roads to be super slick as we get into tomorrow morning because I think most of the moisture is going to evaporate. Kind of a mix of sun and clouds for tomorrow, but still I think that big ticket item is just going to be how cold and windy it is tomorrow. And then things will start to change as we get into the weekend. I think Saturday is the better of the two weekend days because it is going to be drier, still a little bit cold, but less windy. And then we have that snow that's going to start moving in kind of late Saturday night throughout areas of western Maine, overspreading the state overnight. I think most of us could see kind of a quick 1 to 2 inches as this clipper system goes through, which we haven't had a ton of accumulating snow down to the coastline so far this year. So it'll definitely be something interesting to see. Marine forecast sees 4 to 12 feet. Because it is going to be so windy, we have that gale warning in effect until Friday at 7 p.m. So our 7-day forecast is pretty busy. We kind of have a lot going on here. Tomorrow, very cold and windy. Saturday, still cold, not as windy though. We have that quick system that comes through for Sunday, Brian, kind of a quick 1 to 2 inches of snow throughout much of the state here. And then we start to turn a little bit warmer as we get to next week. We have some more rain coming in, and then that system at the end of this period, still a little bit far out, not really sure if it's going to go more inland or more coastal. So we'll keep an eye on that one, but we have a lot coming in first.
The immediate threat would be the cold tomorrow. We'll really notice that.
Yes, I think it's going to be noticeably cold tomorrow.
Thanks for the heads up, Dana. Thanks.